Oh, okay. We are live. Hello, hello. Hi, friends. Hello. Happy Tuesday. I can't believe it's the middle of December already. How did we get here? Like time. I say that every Tuesday. I can't believe it's Tuesday. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in my community. I'm so grateful for all of you. I know I only post once a week lately, sometimes occasionally when I get a wild hair to post about something else, but thank you for being here, despite my lack of normal posts. It's pretty much just these lives at this point, but they make me really, really happy to do, so that's why I'm here doing them. Thank you for coming, and thank you for watching them back later. It really makes me happy to see your comments and to hear your questions about them, and to hear you just, like hanging out in my world. It's really, really nice. So thank you for being here. I am taking the next 2 weeks off because I'm on Christmas vacation kind of thing. So I won't be here the next 2 Tuesdays, just so you know in advance. But I'll be back in January. And with a lot happening, I'm really excited because I've been wanting to make, sorry, I keep touching my hair because it looks different than usual. Apologies. The weird thing that happens when you look at yourself talking into a camera. So what's happening in January is I've been wanting to make my world, my coaching, more accessible for a while, to have more people be able to come in, even if you can't afford private lessons or whatever the equivalent of that is. In my group program, they're very similarly priced. So I've been wanting to find a way to help more people who need a little bit of a less big financial commitment and time commitment. And so I am taking my signature program, Vocal Magic, and I am changing it a little bit, just a hint, to a more a differently structured kind of membership kind of a thing. And so I'm opening it up to more people. It is going to be a commitment still, and it is going to be something that you can and will need to show up for weekly. However, it doesn't need to be as guilt-inducing, let's say, as maybe a weekly program that you have like a small group cohort with might feel like a big pressure for a lot of people. So I'm taking that pressure kind of away and just opening it up for more people to be involved. It is still going to be the same type of environment. It's going to be, I'm here to support you. Even if we have a little bit more people in there, it's still going to be a smaller group than just everybody. So my number one goal is to have it be a place where you can come in knowing that it is going to be safer to sing here, and for you to feel a way to find some calm in your vocal growth, find some accountability and some momentum at the same time as so much support from a trauma-informed and nervous system perspective, nervous system focused perspective. So that is what's happening in the new year. So that will be opening up in January if all goes well. I'm working on all the behind the scenes stuff right now. And I think it's really important for you to know that even if there's more people in the group, it doesn't mean you will be left behind. It doesn't mean that you will have to sing in front of 50 people. Like, I am structuring it in such a way that that is not how it has to be. And it's also a little bit on you to create the environment that you need by connecting with people, right? This nervous system work doesn't work unless we connect with people. And so that is going to be my main assignment to you if you join this program, is like, yes, you don't have an automatic like 7-person cohort that are your automatic besties, singing besties, but within the group, you get to create that. And it's on you to support your own nervous system growth by finding your co-regulators within that group. And I'm here to support that as well. So there will be lots of new changes, but also it'll still be the same lovely group facilitated by me, talking about the same really deep, important stuff every week. I'm going to be showing up. We're going to be taking our time to get through the curriculum, but also it's self-paced. So if you already feel really competent in some things, you can skip some things and skip on to the next thing and say, okay, yep, nope, I got this. Feel good about that. Now I'm going to really focus and I'm going to take my time on this section. Maybe I need a little extra support in finding space, right? Mouth shape, diction, all that stuff. So I'm going to spend more time on that. I'm going to speed through the breath stuff because I feel super good about that. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a set curriculum to follow and an order of things, because I really believe in my curriculum that I've set up over the last 3-4 years. And it is still very individualized. You get to focus on what you want to focus on, right? Like when you show up for a hot seat session with me, like just because you're still on the breath module doesn't mean you have to talk about the breath. You can talk about this song that you're working on and this riff and stuff, and we can go through that and dive in and pick it apart and get you to where you need to be. So you get to use your time in the program in the way that is best for you. I do want to just reiterate that it is not super cheap still, because I do believe in exchange of energy and it needing to be a commitment for you to put your time in, because I have experienced that in myself. The free stuff that I sign up for, I don't really do it. Right? The expensive stuff I sign up for, I do it because it is just that much extra exchange that I decided that I really want to do this. I really want to grow in this area of my life. And so I'm willing to spend a little more money on it, a little more time on it, and it feels more weighty, you know? And so I follow through with that 100%. So that's the idea. It's not going to be as expensive as it has been, however, if you're wondering. So just had to say all that. More information coming in the new year. So stay here, turn your notifications on, join my little broadcasty channel if you want to be the first to know, or you can sign up for my listy list, in which there's a couple different links up there. You can click on any of those buttons really, and you'll be signed up for my list. And you will be the first to know when these things happen. And if you're like, all right, I'm super curious, tell me all about it, just DM me. I will tell you more about it. And we'll talk and we'll see if this is right for you. Always happy to talk, to chat, whether it's DMs or we'll set up a little session to see if this is really right for you. But it will become clearer if it's right for you as the next couple months go on. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. It's like this new feeling of this new year. It's like we're doing things differently now. All of a sudden, we are not doing the same patterns anymore, right? The world needs us to show up in a different way than we've been showing up as creatives. The world needs us as the quiet ones, as the anxious overthinkers, as the people who have so many observations about the world. They need us to show up and to speak louder. So this is part of my work, is to help the people who have felt like they have to be quiet to be able to show up for themselves and show up in their full voice and sing the songs you want to sing, express what you want to express, because the world is full of really loud, mean people right now. And so I want to help you feel more comfortable to do your work in the world as well. That's my work in the world, as well as put my own art and expression out as well, which I'm also working on under the surface. That's a thing I always want to remind you, is like, I'm walking this path with you guys. Like, I am on the recording artist track myself. I don't know why it's thumbs upping me. Yeah, I'm walking the walk with you. I'm recording my stuff. I'm learning new songs all the time. I'm writing new songs. I record myself, my vocals in my little blanket vocal booth right behind there. I'm releasing music. I'm pitching music. I'm trying to have an artist career alongside of you. So if that's something that excites you and you want to learn how to do that too, that's the other cool thing about this new restructuring, is that anybody who goes through the original Signature Vocal Magic program will have the opportunity to go work with me more in depth on one of these 2 tracks. Like if you're into the songwriting and the artistry and you want to try that out, there'll be a more in-depth session for you. And if you want to just be a vocalist, if you want to like be in a band, if you want to like go be a background vocalist for a huge band or be a lead singer in your own band, if you want to be a recording artist but you're not necessarily super into the songwriting, we're going to do that too, where you have a path for you in my world. So that's what we're working on this year. I haven't quite nailed down exactly all of the details yet, so it's coming. The word of this year I haven't settled on exactly at 100%, but it is something having to do with showing up, connecting. This word of last year for me was connection. So this New Year's word is more about bringing that connection to life and connecting with more people, but also doing the things I've been wanting to do for so long but been holding off because I felt like there's one more thing I had to do. There's one more thing I had to learn. This is the year of action for me. And I know for a lot of other people are feeling that call to do the action, right? Not just say, oh yeah, someday I'll take a course in that and I'll be better at it and then I'll share. But what would happen if you just shared? What would happen if you just showed up for yourself and did the thing imperfectly instead of forcing yourself to wait until you felt fully ready or fully prepared or fully an expert in that thing? If you're a singer, and even if you don't call yourself a singer, if you're still calling yourself an amateur singer or a hobby singer or a shower singer, that's totally cool. You're in the right place. I would recommend, if you're going to tell that to people, just give it a try to take the first word off. Just try saying, I'm a singer, and see what happens. See what their face does. See what questions they ask after that. See what your face does when you say that. Like, it feels different to just be a singer instead of being in the wanting to be a singer, right? What if you showed up to your job and people ask you, like, what do you do outside of work? And you're like, I'm a singer. And they're like, oh my God, that's so cool. Guess what? There's this open mic I love to go to. Let's go, right? Or guess what? My husband's in a band and they need a lead singer. Fancy that. Go figure, right? And that only happens when you show up and you say, I'm a singer. If you show up and you say, I'm a hobby singer, they're going to be like, okay, cool. That's exciting. Good for you. Let me know when you're on stage someday. And you'll be like, yeah, someday. Totally different energy to the conversation, right? So show up for yourself this year. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to do the thing. Instead of thinking of the 5 things that I need to do before I do the thing that I've been wanting to do for my whole freaking life, I'm going to show up to myself. I'm going to look myself in the eye and I'm going to say, Sarah, you've done so many amazing things. I'm so proud of you. Look at you go. Here's the next assignment. Let's go. Let's do this shit. Yeah? If you're on that train with me, let me know. Let's be the singer that you know you are on the inside, that you know you are in the shower and in the car. If you know you can nail some of that stuff in the car when you're by yourself, but it's with other people that's the issue, that's a thing that we can change. That's a thing that we can train. That's a thing that we can work on together. And that is what I love to do with people the most. I love to help people find safety in their singing voice. I love to help people be able to make the sounds that they've always wanted to make, but something was holding them back. Either you can already make them when you're not in front of people, and then you can't when you're in front of people, or that there's more to your voice, but you're not sure how to make those bigger and better and more complicated and more powerful sounds yet. But there's a possibility of it. You just don't feel super solid on the technique yet. This is what I love to do. I love to help people on the nervous system level as well as on the technique level level up their singing. And it's not just leveling up your singing, as you may expect. Like, because our instrument is in our body, we have the only inner body instrument. The thing it takes to level up your voice is to level up your entire dang self. That's what it takes. To do the things with your voice that you want to do, you have to level up your mind. And you have to look at the things, the patterns that have been holding you back. Because most of it is just yourself and your beliefs that you have, things you've been told in your past that are now fully ingrained in your body. And so we do so much somatic work. We do a lot of movement. We do a lot of warm-ups and exercises to show your nervous system, to show that gremlin voice that it can do the thing that it has thought that you can't do for many years, decades for some of you. And through that iteration, over time, many repetitions of it, you start to outweigh the cannot evidence with the can evidence. And then your gremlin is like, oh, I actually don't have a problem with you doing this because I know you can. Right? And then your gremlin's like, okay, on to something else ridiculous to worry about. Okay, cool. Have fun singing. I'm going to leave you alone now. That's not true. The gremlin never leaves. But what you can do is you can get better at separating from it. And you can say, you know what? I am terrified, but I'm going to do a small baby step in the direction of what I know is possible anyway. We're not getting rid of stage fright is so much less about getting rid of stage fright than you think it is. It's not about getting rid of anything. It's usually more about, instead of thinking about getting rid of stage fright, we're thinking about finding more comfort in your body, in your voice, finding more comfort in imperfection. And that takes time. Like, there's no button I can push. There's no thing I can just tell you. Like, there's no mic drop moment that I can give you that will just turn on a switch in your brain that will make you more comfortable. You have to do that work over time. But the first step is the hardest one, and that's what I'm here to support, is you taking these little baby steps, separating yourself from that gremlin so that you feel like you can take that little baby step outside your comfort zone. Maybe sing for one person. Maybe try a big belty note that you've never tried before. I'm going to give you the technique to try, the exercises to work on, so you're literally building strength bodily at the same time as you are building strength nervous system wise by taking these little mini steps outside your comfort zone and growing your comfort zone every time you do. Because when you do that, your nervous system sees that and is like, oh, we took a step outside this comfort zone and we didn't die. Oh my God, I was wrong. Okay, now I can change my system. I can change my equation of how I look for danger in the world. And I can see this little thing is not on that radar anymore. Okay, cool. Now we sit here, we hang out here, and then all of a sudden a big challenge comes along, and you, instead of saying, no, that's not possible for me, because that's a gremlin voice, you say, I did this last time. Let me take another little toe outside my comfort zone. Let me try a little bit of risk, a little bit of doing something scary, even if I'm scared. I'm going to work alongside my gremlin. I'm going to work alongside my nervous system being a little shaky and dysregulated. And I'm going to say, yes, I want this. So I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it alongside of my nervous system. And then your nervous system and your comfort zone grows again. And this is nervous system training. We do this again and again and again for 6 months, 9 months, a year. You'll be surprised at how you show up for your voice, how you show up to sing and to share your voice in front of people, how you show up to record things that you want to record. If it's a video to post on Instagram, great. If it's just a song you want to share with your family, great. If you want to do karaoke, great. Whatever your goal is, it's the same process. Whatever the thing that is the scariest to you, it's the same process to train your nervous system to start seeing these risks as not a thing to shy away from, not a thing to avoid, because we're literally going at it one little bite at a time. So then we see that little bit is integrated. That little bit is not a scary risk anymore because we've done it a couple times and your nervous system saw that. Your gremlin saw that and was like, okay, cool. I don't have to worry about you anymore. On to the next big scary thing. On to the next bigger, scarier red button to push. And that's what we do in Vocal Magic. That's what we do in all of my programs. That's what I do with private sessions every day. That's what I do with myself constantly, whether it's in the singing world or other things. This is the protocol. If you don't know what polyvagal theory is, highly recommend going to look it up. A lot of my work is now based on that stuff. If you don't know anything about like fight, flight, freeze, all that stuff, this is the expansion of that idea set. So go look into that. Go follow Muscle Music, Ruby Rose Fox, who has been my mentor for this kind of stuff. But also, we talk about just singing stuff. We talk about singing nerd things. We get nerdy about expansion of your range. We get nerdy about breath support. We get nerdy about placement and about diction and all the things that you want to talk about. But we do it from a place of nervous system regulation. And we work on finding tools to help us as singers feel like this stuff is sustainable, right? Because every vocal teacher will teach you how to hit a high note better and with more resonance, right? That's what we do. What happens when you don't do that note for 6 months and your nervous system has closed back up and it is scared of that note anymore? You're not going to have the tools to open up again unless you go back to the same teacher and they help you again, right? This is you becoming your own vocal teacher, you becoming your own advocate for your own mind and body, so it becomes sustainable, so that we don't lose these skills when a big, scary challenge comes your way. We have the tools, we're learning the tools, we're learning the nervous system, so that that big, scary moment doesn't turn into, oh my God, I can't do it anymore, I suck, I'm terrible, and run off stage. We do these things and we work on these tools so that you can look at that big, scary moment and say, oh, I know when this moment comes along, my hands are going to be shaky. I know that my voice is going to be wobbly. So ahead of time, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this to prepare my nervous system for what's about to happen. I'm going to work on my technique ahead of time, so I'm not overloading my vocal dollars in that small amount of time in order to force this thing into happening. We're working on sustainability as a singer, as well as becoming your own vocal coach, so that you can do this stuff on your own. That's the idea. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks for letting me rant, as always. I appreciate you all. Thanks for being here. If you came back and watched it afterwards, thank you for being here. Put a little star emoji in the chat or something and tell me that you have watched it. Tell me what your favorite moment that you're going to take into your life is. And if you're curious, if you want to find out first when I open the doors to the new and improved Vocal Magic program, go and put yourself on the waitlist, and you'll also get my warm-ups so you can start early. You can start working on this stuff very soon. I hope you have a lovely holiday couple weeks. I hope that you sing a little bit. I hope that you challenge yourself to maybe sing in front of people, with people this holiday season. Who knows what that looks like for you? If that's your dog or your little baby niece, cool. That works too. Challenge yourself just a little bit. Enjoy the fun of singing over the next couple weeks and just see where that gets you. Plant that seed for yourself and see where that will take you into the new year and see what you want to do with your voice from there. All right. I have to peace out and go work on my own music today, which is exciting. It's a nice little day where I get to do that. So, yes, if you're here with me, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for everything you've done for me this year, and I hope to see you in the new year as well. Okay.